Hello to my clean girls. Girls that love to look and smell effortless, soft, clean. I've got fragrances for you that you're absolutely gonna love if you're in your clean girl era. I've got one specific fragrance on this list that is on the sexier side. Your skin, but better in the sexiest way possible. So stay tuned to hear the 5 fragrances that are gonna match your vibe in your clean girl era. The first fragrance I'm gonna talk about is like the epitome of a clean girl. It's from the house of Byredo. I have a decant and I've been really enjoying this one actually. It's called Blanche. This is clean girl to a T. This is like linen, fresh white linen. Not that the color of the linen matters, but just imagine it's given fresh white linen, fresh out the shower, a combination of those two things. It is the cleanest, freshest, a little bit soapy, clean girl fragrance. Absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy this one and I'd highly recommend. This literally, like I said, is the epitome of clean girl fragrance. Let's go through the notes. So at the top, we've got aldehyde, rose and pink pepper. Then in the middle, you've got peony, violet, African orange flower, and in the base you've got musk, woodsy notes and sandalwood. It's just very clean. I'm a big rose lover and I think part of the reason why I enjoy this fragrance is because there's rose on the top. It's not a rose fragrance, it doesn't smell like rose, but you know, there's those little subtleties that just make it smell really pleasant. There's a couple of other fragrances in this list that also have rose, which is something that I think draws me in. These are not rosy fragrances. Like, this is, if there's a color for this, it's just white. This is a white fragrance. White, linen, fresh, clean, the cleanest of them all. As long as you're into that clean girl aesthetic, that's your vibe right now, I can't really see anyone not liking this. It doesn't have an awful lot of sweetness. So the next fragrance reminds me of this, but is a bit sweeter. So that is Blanche by Byredo. The next fragrance, like I said, reminds me of Blanche by Byredo, but it's sweeter and it's more powdery. That is Musk Eternal by Mizensir. So this is a very powdery fragrance. Very powdery, but it's a lot sweeter than Blanche. So I think if you like clean, but you still want to smell a bit sweet, then I think this would be a really good option. Very baby powder, but I think I'd really appreciate this in the summer. So I think like if you live in a hot climate or, you know, somewhere that summer's coming up soon, I think this would be a really nice one to get, because I can imagine appreciating this so much more if it was like 30 degrees, that's Celsius by the way, 30 degrees, maybe even like 27 degrees, like very hot. This would be really refreshing. I think, you know, if you're not in that hot climate, you might think, oh, wow, like that's a lot. But I think this is perfect for high heat, perfect for that kind of weather, but also with that added sweetness. And the dry down of this is that it's like almost like a soft vanilla. But when you smell it, it's like, ooh, baby powder, a little bit soapy, and very clean, very clean, and the sweetness is like underneath. Reminds me of Byredo Blanch, but Byredo Blanch is not sweet. This is the sweet one. So as for the notes, at the top we've got Bulgarian rose. Again, rose in the top notes. I just think my nose, whenever I smell rose, I'm just like, oh, I love it. In the middle, we've got iris, hawthorn, and Egyptian jasmine. And then in the base, we've got white musk and tonka bean. There's not actually vanilla listed in the fragrance, but it definitely dries down to a really soft, sweet fragrance. I guess maybe that's that tonka bean in there. But honestly, it's very clean. The dry down is quite different to how it opens and how it wears for most of the time. Most of the time, it is just like very fresh, very clean, very powdery fragrance. So yeah, that is Musk Eternal by Mizensir. So if you're looking for a clean fragrance that is not so sweet, but bright and elegant and sophisticated, then this is the fragrance for you, 1957 by Chanel. I absolutely adore this fragrance. This is white musk done like to perfection, honestly. It's got a little bit of sweetness, but it's not as sweet as Musk Eternal. A little bit of sweetness, but it's so elegant. It also has aldehydes like Blanche, but this is more, this just gives sophisticated. It's like clean girl, but she's classy, she's a luxury babe. That's what this kind of gives me. I really enjoy wearing this. I haven't worn this actually in a long time. I wore this when I was on holiday in Morocco in December, and I was wearing it like a lot, and then I've kind of just not really worn it much since. But I put it on today and I was like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing not wearing this fragrance? Insane fragrance, absolutely adore it. So the notes at the top, we've got white musk, aldehydes, bergamot, pink pepper and coriander. In the middle, we've also got white musk, orange blossom and jasmine. And then in the base, we've got white musk, orris, cashmeran, honey, cedar and vanilla. So there is a little bit of sweetness. I definitely get that honey vibe, but it's very much a fresh, clean white musk fragrance, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the way Chanel did this fragrance. This is my favorite from their private collection, like by far. It's not even close. Yeah, a fragrance that I really enjoy. Highly recommend this fragrance, 1957 by Chanel. So the next fragrance takes a little bit of a different direction. It's a little bit less fresh white musk, soapy linen kind of fragrance, and it's a lot more like your skin but better. And I find this fragrance very sexy, and a lot of people love this fragrance for very good reason, and that is Another 13 by Labo. This fragrance, sexy, but it's definitely still a clean girl kind of fragrance. It's just not like super fresh white musk. It's like a different kind of musk. It's a little bit animalic. It gives it that sexy raw vibe. It's got a little bit of like juiciness at the top. There's some fruits in there, and I just find this absolutely gorgeous, and it is perfect for someone that wants to smell effortless, like they didn't even try. Like, it literally smells like your skin, but it's like, why do you smell so good? That's what this fragrance is. I absolutely love this fragrance. I've been really enjoying this, and I think this is really good on men as well. I've been trying to get my boyfriend to wear this one, and he's been wearing it, and I've been enjoying it on him. So definitely a unisex one that you could share. So as for the notes, at the top we've got pear, apple and citruses. In the middle we've got ambrette, moss, jasmine and a synthetic note. I'm gonna try and say this. Amyl salicylate, I don't even know, some sort of synthetic note. Then you've got ISO-E Super, Cetalox, helvetolide and ambretolide. Ambretolide? I don't even know what I've just written, but it's a different type of musk. So it's not like the white musk that you get in 1957. It's got more of a synthetic smell, but it just honestly smells like someone that just smells good, like someone that's not wearing perfume, but their natural scent just smells really good. That's kind of how this smells. And I think because it honestly smells like your skin but better, you can literally wear this anytime, any place, any climate. I definitely think I really enjoy it in the springtime. So you know, springtime at the moment, nice to give this one a try. It is quite expensive, but I definitely think like it's an incredible fragrance, absolutely incredible fragrance. So yeah, really enjoy this one. Definitely is gonna fit that clean girl vibe because it's very effortless. It's like you just smell good and you didn't even try. That's how this fragrance is, and I'd really recommend this one for sure. So that is Another 13 by Labo. So there's another Byredo fragrance that really fits that clean girl aesthetic we've got going on. It's quite different to the other fragrances on this list. It's not like soapy, super white musk, or it's not like Another 13 and that like sexy your skin but better. It's very different to those, but still very clean, fresh. A lot fresher, I think, probably the most fresh fragrance on this list, and that is Gypsy Water from Byredo. So this is a fragrance that I haven't worn as much as the others, but I've really enjoyed when I spray this in store a lot. Then I recently decided to get myself a decant just to kind of see if I wanted to get a full bottle. So I'm still sort of like testing it out on my skin and seeing how I feel, but I've been really enjoying this scent. I really like how this smells. It's very fresh. There's citruses in the top. I love fragrances that have a bit of citrus, not too much, but a bit of citrus in the top is very, very nice. And this definitely has that. And I just really like this one. I think this is definitely clean girl. It's a little bit edgy, I think, this fragrance, a little bit cool. Yeah, definitely something to get your nose on. As for the notes, at the top we've got juniper, lemon, bergamot and pepper. In the middle there is pine needles, incense, orris root, and in the base you've got vanilla, sandalwood and amber. So yeah, this is a really interesting fragrance. I think it's a little bit unique to me. I haven't really smelled anything exactly like this. Yes, there are a lot of like fresh, woody kind of fragrances, but I think this is quite edgy and unique. But I do find that on my skin, since I've had this decant, not so much in the store. In the store, I was like, ooh, I love this. But since I've had this decant, it does smell quite sharp, that opening. And I think it really is that juniper is like jumping out. So I don't know if that will happen on everyone's skin. And sometimes like samples, they be smelling different to the actual bottle. Like it happens to me all the time. So I don't know. I really do enjoy this fragrance. I'm just like, that opening for my skin. I'm not too sure. But then it develops, like it calms down a little bit and it is like fresh and woody and just like a really pleasant, easy fragrance to wear with like a white t-shirt, you know, anything to be honest, but something casual, something to just throw on but you're not really sure what to wear. So maybe your main vibe is clean girl. That's your vibe, that's what you're known for. You like simplicity, you like effortless, you like sophisticated, but every now and again you want to dabble in something a bit sweeter. You want something a bit sexier, maybe for a date night or a night out with the girls, whatever it is. If you are interested to find out about vanilla fragrances, maybe choosing your next vanilla fragrance or choosing your first vanilla fragrance, I've got you. Check out this video. This is a vanilla perfume guide that's gonna help you to figure out which vanilla fragrances you need to get your nose on, which vanilla fragrances are sexy, which ones are elegant, which ones are gourmand. I've got all the categories for you. So get into that fragrance video. If you enjoyed this video, if it has helped you to figure out which fragrance could match your current vibe, your clean girl vibe, your clean girl aesthetic, then leave a like. Let me know in the comments which fragrance that you enjoy or which fragrance that you are after. And please consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.